you can't be no punk when you're down there for real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be ready for anything. I told myself I can sit here and watch film all day, but that experience is something else.
So Mike Schmitz of ESPN, we're here with Deandre Ayton, former #1 pick, Phoenix Suns star big man, one of the most promising young bigs in the NBA. Deandre, thanks for taking the time, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
So really the purpose of this is to break down, your development, especially on the defensive end of the floor. I think, you made a huge jump in the 30 games that you did play this season as a shot blocker, as a pick and roll defender, and we have numbers, video to back that all up. But before we do that, I want to play a little old interview for you because I don't know if you've seen this, but we've been following you for a long, long time, right? And when you were, I think, 14 years old, my colleague Jonathan Givony interviewed you at Pangos, and I want you to just see. I got like a minute here. I just want to get see if you remember this.
DraftExpress.com. Here with Deandre Ayton. From the Bahamas, here at the Pangos All-American Camp. How is it going so far? What's it like playing against players that are so much older than you?
It's hard. Like, you have to do everything you got to do. You can't showboat or nothing. You got to play defense, box out, rebound, and do the basics.
Well, what kind of player are you right now?
I'm a player that like to share the ball. I'm a player that I'm coachable. I have a great attitude when times goes bad, and I do what I have to do on the court.
What's your goal in your career?
In my basketball career, if I don't make it in the NBA, I'm going to go be an architect. If I make it in the NBA, I'm going to get as much rings as I want to. As much. At least past 10.
Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
What were you like back then?
Me, I was very quiet. I still play hard, but I was very quiet to myself. I was afraid to open my mouth to speak and to people my age or older than me. So I just let my game talk. That's how I got friends, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I remember you were this 14-year-old kid, right, who from the Bahamas, and we looked at you like, who is that? And your length, the way you're moving, and I remember you saying the doctor said you might be 7'4".
Yeah.
And you were looking at Kentucky and Louisville because you liked the architecture program for one of them.
Yes.
All right, so starting with that, right, that's kind of our reference point to when we first started evaluating you, and then, at Hillcrest, at the Hoop Summit, McDonald's, with the Bahamas national team, you played some FIBA stuff. So we've seen you really at every step of the way. Arizona, obviously, you had a great career. I just want to show people kind of your defensive versatility and ability to guard all types of different positions. So I got different All-Stars here, some former All-Stars, some current All-Stars, some soon-to-be All-Stars that you are guarding. And I want your take on how to guard these guys, too, and then we'll see you having success doing it. So Pascal Siakam, you were chasing him around a little bit. What's the key to guarding him?
Pascal wants to drive. He's
Yep.
looking for an angle to get you with that right hand. He's always going to come back to that right hand.
Yep.
And me, I know my length. I know he's not going to really shoot over me.
Mm-hmm.
I can close out to that, but I know he's going to try to beat my feet and try to, get me off balance to either draw a foul or, use that advantage to the right.
Yep.
So I just kept my distance and my length. I already know how to move my feet. Larry wasn't setting the screen for real. It was just a decoy to get me to switch my hips.
Yep, and you do a great job giving yourself enough space, right, to keep him in front.
Yep.
And then you stay down on this up fake, and then it's a turnover. So that's against an all-star forward, right? And then Luka on the switch.
Oh, yeah, Luka.
What does he like to do?
Luka loves to draw fouls. Luka loves to step back three.
Yep.
Luka's very crafty. He's shifty. He's smart. And, when this Luka is like, it's competing. I know him, so that's my buddy.
Yep.
So it was like, forget all the scouting report. I'm going to try my best for you not to score on me. That's just basically what it is. I just have to stay in front of you as best I can, keep my hands up, don't bring you to the line. That's about it. Me and Mikal Bridges told him, just switch it. Don't even let me catch. I don't want Luka to attack me. Just switch it. Trust me. Yeah. He trusts me in this. So we just switched the whole game.
And that's great. And so he wants to get to that step back going left, right?
Yes.
And so you stay down on it, though.
Yeah. Correct.
And you do a great job. And then he ends up getting off of it. So, okay, we've seen Pascal. We've seen Luka. Now these point guards. You were chasing around point guards a little bit. Do you remember this possession?
Yeah.
What happens here?
I remember this. I already knew he wanted to come off that and shoot a three. because I already knew the time, the score, and knew he needed to chuck one up. But me, I use my hands a lot. I like they might seem like they're down, but I'm like really having them active to make them second guess. Like it might seem like I'm loading up to jump, but I'm not really jumping.
Yeah,
I'm really just being active and staying low to the ground. Waiting. I'm technically I'm gonna jump second.
Yeah,
you jump, I'm jumping second.
And your feet are so active, your hands are active, and like you said, it's a late game situation, right? So you're ready for that pull-up three, and that's just great perimeter defense. And then Trae Young, okay? So we got Dame, now Trae.
Trae, I've been playing against Trae Young for so long.
Yeah?
And I like to compete.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those guys who going to back up. I'm not backing up. I'm not going under the three-point line. I'm guarding you up there. I can move my feet.
And that's great. I mean, you're sitting down, you're sliding with one of the toughest guys to cover in the NBA, right?
Yes, sir.
Especially among the little guys. And then he gives his teammate a time bomb here. He wanted no part of you there.
Yeah, I just know he wanted the three. Trae is an entertainer.
Yep.
He lives and dies by it.
Yep. No, that's a good way to describe him, man. He can go get it. So what about Ja, okay?
Ja. Me studying Ja in that pick and roll, I knew he loves the off leg same hand. He loves that. So what he does in the pick and roll, he loves that quick left to right crossover.
Yep.
I mean right to left crossover. Off arm, off leg, same arm. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna see that. We're gonna see it a little bit later too.
What I let him do is, and I remember this guy. I had him a couple times in this pick and roll. I just knew he wanted. He didn't want to get to that. He didn't want this right here. He wanted to go the other way to get to the left hand, to use that offhand, to use the rim as protection. We picked up on it, and this right here, I knew the shot clock possession. He couldn't go by me because everybody was telling me they got my back on the drive.
Yeah.
So I just pressured him up right away once I heard him. I think Mikhail said it. Mikhail said pressure up, and I just pressured him up.
That's great, and it starts with this pick and roll defense, right? You're in a great stance, head in line with the ball. He's got to retreat. Then we got the switch, and like you said, you keep him in front, and then use your length with that left hand contest. That's big time, getting the block. So then, DeMar DeRozan, okay? First you're guarding LaMarcus, then we got the switch. What does he like to do?
DeMar DeRozan loves pump fakes.
Yep.
He loves to get you near. He loves to fade away. He loves all of that.
And you're just sliding with him here. You're deep in the stance, late clock. He's falling over.
What really picks up on a lot of that in the league, the guards and anybody who could really dribble, their eyes light up when the big man switches on them.
Yep.
Me, my eyes light up too when I switch on the guard.
Yeah.
That's what they don't understand. I'm tired of really banging down there the whole time.
Yeah.
Just pulling up screens. But when I get to switch, I get to move and really use my quickness and use my strength against you. So I know my advantages when I play against a guard.
I remember you telling me when I interviewed you last year, you were saying, man, I just want to switch more,
Yeah, I just want to switch.
And I think that's where you have a lot of success. So there against DeMar, okay, we've seen it against all types of positions. Now here, Jamal Murray, what does he like to do?
Jamal Murray loves mid-ranges.
Yep. And likes a little step back, right?
Oh, yeah, he loves step backs.
And you sit on that. What do you do here?
Me right here, anybody backing up on me, I'm not backing up. You're going to have to go through me. That's about it. If you backing up, I think this thing is disrespectful, to be honest. The way how I was taught playing basketball, that's just disrespectful. Like, okay, I got this, dude. Everybody back up, stay home.
Right.
It's not happening.
Yeah. And again, I mean, you give yourself just enough space, right, to keep him in front. Yeah. He hits you with a step back.
Everybody throwing fouls. So it's like, I watch how I hand check him. Like, you could tell, I was about to put my hand out there.
Yeah.
I kind of let him just run into me, kind of. And they let me get away with it.
And that might have been a foul last year, right?
Yeah, heck yeah.
So Giannis, this one is last year, and I thought this was one of your best defensive games, defending Giannis.
Yeah.
What's the key to guarding that guy?
Giannis, you just gotta be prepared for a train to run you over. If you brace the train, if you're scared of the train, don't play. You just gotta fight fire with this one.
So you just gap him and you try to just take it in the body.
Giannis, right? I know he loves to use his long steps.
Yep.
Last year, I got in a lot of foul trouble the recent game I played against him.
Yep.
There's a lot of foul trouble going on. But this game, I just knew my distance. He didn't shoot the ball as much.
Yep.
So he wasn't looking to be a threat from that far. But attacking, I was ready anytime. I know he couldn't bully through me.
Right.
You can't bully through me. It's either around or you get a foul. But
yep.
It's like, I'm moving my feet as well. So how do you do that?
Yeah,
I was just waiting for him to drop his shoulder, spin move, or drop his shoulder, Euro. I was waiting for either one, but he couldn't find that angle on me because I was like really colliding with him. Like I would feel my chest, I would feel his shoulder bounce off my sternum.
Yeah.
when we play. Yeah, because he's really like trying to move me. So I'm not taking no charge. I'm playing defense.
And man, when he first came in the league, he was a twig. He had these wide shoulders, but he was a rail. And now, I mean, those things filled out quick, and he's running people over.
Giannis. I love playing against him.
Yeah,
I pick up some of the stuff. You guys can see.
And then here against LaMarcus Aldridge, I love how you're fighting through that screen early, pushing him off his spot because he got you a few times last year, right?
Yep.
And now what's the key?
Now the key is you don't want him to get that middle on you, right there. I pushed him out way too far. That was I won't say a horrible move, but like that wasn't the move he wanted. He wanted to get closer.
Right.
Like he know the double team's coming. LaMarcus, he's a very good ball handler. When he knows this, he's very patient. He stay poised and wait till the double team comes, and then he attacks you once that double team is out of his area to put that ball on the ground. Then he attacks with that. He drops that left shoulder.
Yep.
And he rips you and he slaps down. Like you're gonna get a foul if you even try to break through that.
And so this is last year, okay? And just too easy at that point, right?
Yeah, I already lost. I lost.
Yep.
I lost.
And forget the score, right? I mean, you guys are down whatever you are, but it was tough, right? You had Jokic one night, you had Steven Adams the next, you had Embiid the next. Yeah. I mean, was that a wake-up call?
Ain't no wake-up call. I told myself I can sit here and watch film all day, but that experience is something else.
Right.
That might not be the dude that's in that film that you play the next game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you compete, obviously you have to know the dude's favorite thing to do, his go-to, his weakness. Yes, I do. You have to keep that in the back of your head. That's the fundamentals regardless. But when it comes to competing and knowing strategy and experience like this, that's supposed to be an and one to me.
Yeah.
It's a whole different ball game.
Right. You had to go through it.
Yeah, and I was willing to go through it because at the end of the day, you should ask them. I know they had to beat. I felt that I gave my all in a way that they felt me that night in some way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or they know that I'm coming for them in some way. Or you're gonna have to see this kid over and over.
Right.
That's what go through my head. That's one of the reasons why I love playing against Jokic. Jokic dropped I think it was my second game in the NBA, and he dropped a triple-double on me.
Yeah, I remember.
And I damn near got fouled out. And, it scarred me in a way. I was like, okay, he's in the West, huh? I said, I got something for this. This is going to be fun. He's going to see me for the rest of his career. Like, every time I play against him, it's lit. It's a big game. It's a big game.
Yeah. The Joker. Hey, he gets wherever he wants, man. It doesn't matter what the body looks like. He gets wherever he wants.
Jokic, when he got an and one, I think it was my fifth foul, and the crowd was going crazy. He said, "You can't guard me."
I love it.
I think I was the only dude that really said something to me in a way, and so that's the reason how I really go at it.
Yeah. Hey, you got to respect it, right? He backs it up.
At the end of the day, it's competing. I love it. That's the thing that gets my blood boiling. The world, nothing else gets my blood boiling. I just love to compete. It's my outlet.
That's great, man. And then against Jaren Jackson, so a guy who was in your draft, right? What does he like to do?
I know Jaren Jackson can shoot that thing.
Yep.
He'll definitely put it on the ground, though.
But if he's got you on the block, you're banging with him, right?
I'm a grown man.
Yeah.
I'm a grown man.
So you weren't allowing that this year?
Nah. If he was shooting the three
right,
and popping, he would have probably got me in a way. But posting up, nah.
Yep. And you got
when he did the spin move, on me,
I
knew it. When he did that spin move, that's when I took up his space.
Right.
So he did the spin move right here. Just took up all the space, so he won't come and look.
And you're sturdy. You're sturdy there, man. You got a low center of gravity. You can see the improvement. And then Porzingis, that's a different type of big, right?
Yeah, it's my first time playing against Porzingis, so I just know I had to be a big presence in a way, just to manhandle him a little bit.
Yeah,
I really manhandle, but just really be a beast. And every time I touched him, I was just trying to really be physical. Every time, any little touch, any little screen, bump, everything was really he's really getting pushed every time. So you could tell that took him off when he coming off that screen. I'm already on him. You could feel me on look.
Yep. And then you show him the hand contest, everything.
Messed him up. He sped up a little bit.
That's great. And just making him uncomfortable. And then Drummond, you had some battles, right?
Drummond is strong, man. I know he's coming at me, so I just brace myself and meet him up top.
That's it. That's perfect.
He's pretty strong.
But he's trying to go through you, but you have the length and you have the fight, right?
Yeah, it's impossible to now that I know, I don't think nobody gonna do me.
Yeah, and maybe last year that was a dunk, right?
Yeah, last year, he would have definitely got an L1 on this.
But you're holding your ground, you're competing, and you could just see it's a different level of fight. And then even against these kind of behemoth bigs like a Brook Lopez, you're bumping him off already, right?
Yeah.
And you're just holding your own.
Brook wants my hands. He wants my hands. I baited him right here this game.
So he wants to draw the foul on the rip through?
Yeah, he wanted to scoop me up. He just wanted to draw a foul right here. I think I was already in foul trouble a little bit, so I baited him with my hands right here, and I just moved it as soon as he picked up his dribble.
That's perfect. That's great defense. You're like you said, baiting him to something he doesn't want to do.
Yep.
And then the Joker,
my guy right here, I've been him so many times. I just know the body's coming. He's going to use that body in some way.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what do you do here?
You know how strong that man is.
Crazy, man.
Right here is like you. I just know if he's going to use my body, I have to beat him to a spot.
Right.
And I have to stand my ground. I can't just beat him to a spot then jump. I have to stand my ground because he's still going to pivot, jump hook in your face. So I made sure I stand my ground till he jumped and I jumped.
Yep, man. We were all at the Nike Hoop Summit, same game you played in. It was him, Carl Towns, Clint Capella, I think Moutier, loaded group, right?
That's the whole squad.
Whole squad, and everybody's watching. GMs, the whole league is there, right? And Jokic is just handling, diming. You know, this chubby dude from Serbia. Nobody knows really like what he is, how it fits. And he went in the second round. And now he's doing the same thing in the NBA that he was doing at Hoop Summit practices.
Superstar.
Yeah, man, he's got game. So, all right, so we've seen you do this in the past, though. Do you remember these?
What is that?
Jordan Brand Classic. One-on-one.
Oh, this is Mo.
Yep, against Mo.
Oh, yeah. I guess, we were the top two centers. I thought we were okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we were going at it
You were going at it. I was sitting right there watching you.
Yeah, I wasn't playing. I was serious.
I remember, and I saw a different level of fight from you just in this short instance. You took it personal, huh?
It was personal. I wasn't playing.
Yeah.
I think I got him with a dunk on this one.
Yeah, we saved that. Maybe for the next time we do this about your offense, we'll show you that one.
All right. See, with me, No.
You're up in him.
Yeah. You're not... No.
And just being active with your hands, you didn't allow anything. And then the Hoop Summit game, what do you remember about this?
Is that Isaiah?
John Isaac right there, you're guarding him?
Oh, I remember this.
Yep.
Yeah, he's KD in high school. That's KD.
He was nice.
Yeah,
He still is nice.
Yeah, he still has that game. That's true.
He's guarding everybody now, though.
Man.
But just to kind of show you, right? Like,
but it's to be honest, guarding the ball. Okay, let me tell you where all this came from. Coming to America, my language, I wasn't pronouncing words quite correctly. Mm-hmm. When I would go to these tournaments and go to these camps, and they see this tall dude and he's playing so good, but when he come off the court, they used to call me a dummy or a TFN because I couldn't pronounce my words correctly.
What is a TFN?
Tall for nothing.
Oh, okay.
And I would hear how they the terminology and how they would diss me in a way.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where I'm telling the guards, like, yo, I can do what you do. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm just playing the five, but I can do what you do. I can dribble, I can shoot. And in the camps, it's like, it got to a point where I started guarding the bigs. And I'm not the bigs, the guards. I wanted to be on the perimeter. I wanted to slide my feet because I wanted to prove them wrong.
Right.
I wanted to show them I could stop them. So that became a thing where, anytime I'm against a guard, I'm switching, I'm locking them down. Like, that's my thing. I'm just going to lock you down. I know how to do it. I've been against it. Devin Booker is my shooting guard, and that dude is the most craftiest person in the world. Every time, any little chance I get to play with Buck on the court is like, it just have to be a little one-on-one series in some way.
Yeah.
This is C, and the dude is different, man. The dude is different.
So you developed from having to guard all those dudes, and it's deep-seated, right, from the beginning.
Seen everything, even if we're just playing a little bit. It's just, just learning, and that's what we do. Just like people with music, playing a little instrumental and hearing a melody. It's like, just show me something. What you got, bro?
Yeah.
That's how it is, just collabing.
And I think people forget you're 21 years old, right?
Yeah, I am.
So hey, it's still early for you, and I think you've made great strides, man.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. So we touched on kind of your one-on-one defense, right? Your ability to guard when you're fully locked in, like you have been. You can guard really 5 positions, for a pinch at least, right? And now I think the question was more so team defense and how are you with rotations? How are you with your weak side awareness? All those things. And like I said, after watching the film, I definitely think you took a step. So, all right, here we go. Here's a look at you this season, some of your real positive clips, okay? So the verticality of it, right? Extremely important. The technique, the timing, staying vertical, all that's huge. So what are you looking at here, and how do you time this so well?
That straight line drive and his head down like that, he's definitely going up. So I was just waiting for it the whole time. I was just waiting for him to take that last step to go load up.
And
I see him from a mile away.
Yeah.
I trust my teammates. Once I leave, you got to crack back to that center, bro.
Right.
So once I leave, I'm going all in. Don't be in my way. Crack back on my guy and be straight. That's just the way how Monty had it. Like, that's how it's supposed to be. You can see Kelly cracking back on Steven right here.
Yep.
And I'm walling up.
And I mean, I think just the timing of it too. Look at when you get off the floor and when he gets off the floor.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. That's and I loaded up.
Yep.
Right. Yep.
And you're straight up and down, and watch how you kind of fan out. Is that what you guys teach?
To me, that's just me being extra. I just know that's Shea, and that's my guy. So I'm just extra to really get a block on him instead of getting a shot up. I just really want to get the ball. I knew where the ball. I just want to really get it out of his hands.
The verticality, the technique is perfect. And then against Toronto, you can see something similar, right?
Yeah.
And just allowing him to jump into your body.
Yeah. And that's an offensive foul in a way, too, because it's a forearm.
Mm-hmm.
I felt his forearm. He bruised me with that forearm right here, trying to push me out the way. So I turned. I went to the side in a way. And
even if you don't always get a piece of it, it's just making it difficult. I think you did there, but it's making it difficult for these guards to finish in the trees. And that's perfect, man.
I mean, the reason I'm doing that as well, loading up like this, is I don't want to lunge into the dude.
Yeah.
That's why it's called a verticality.
Right, of course.
Once you really show that you really jumping straight up and down, the referee will give you the benefit of the doubt because you look pretty good, and they'll tell me, okay, thanks. That made the game fun and made me want to keep sending shots, man.
Right.
So when you start to perfect it and start to polish how you even jump and start to be even more clean, then you get away with stuff like this up top.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's fun, man.
Hey, you're learning the tricks, and there's another one. And then a lot of times last year on these baseline rips, there were times when maybe you'd be worried about your man or ball watching or something like that. This year we're seeing more of this though, right?
I'm telling you, Book is already on me.
Yeah, he's already telling you, right?
He's like, get out of there, get him right now, DA.
Yep.
Okay, got you.
And that's and then he sinks inside of your man, right?
Yes, he's right there. Book is known for that though. He's good at helping me.
And even though, you kind of get him with the off arm here and they call a foul, sometimes, man, to be that defensive anchor, you got to let somebody know.
You have to send one of them.
Right?
You have to send a message. Nothing to hurt somebody, but a good foul to show I'm down here, man.
Right, and we're down 12. It's the fourth quarter. You're on our court. I'm upset. Okay. And being tough like that, I think, is huge. And again, we're seeing more and more. Whereas at Arizona, I know you were playing a lot of the 4, right? You weren't always in shot blocking situations, but there were times that you were that you just didn't go, right?
That's a fact. That is truly a fact.
And nowadays, I think you go get this, right?
Yeah, I'm sending. I'm catching. I'm trying to catch that.
Yeah, you're catching that nowadays. And even last year, here's just one more example, and then we'll keep it moving. But I don't think you would do this year, right? So what are you looking at?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing right there.
So you probably go send that this year.
Is this rookie season?
Yeah, this is rookie season, exactly.
Yeah, I'm lost right here. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing right there. I was just probably in the paint, didn't want to Kuz to shoot for real. Am I going to Kuz? Yeah.
Yep. But this year,
I was worried about Kuzma.
This year, that's verticality at the rim, probably, right?
Yeah, I am in that pink clock. On the pass, I am closing out on that pass. As soon as he ripped that pass, I'm already there.
Yep, exactly. And that's where you can see the progress. You saw it earlier, what you look like. And this is this season, okay? I love this play. What's your goal here in this situation?
I mean, I was waiting for Trae to attack. I just know he was waiting for my guy to roll to do some flashy pass. You know, he was just looking. I seen his eyes just lurking. And I was like, okay, I'll just wait. So I was just patient right here the whole time.
And then watch this. Quick reaction, right?
Yeah, it was ready.
Just ready. And a lot of times your rookie year, I think you get blocks on the initial action, but it's that second effort that you weren't always there.
That would get me, it would get me.
And here, perfect. I know they eventually get a drop off or whatever. He blows the dunk, but, I mean, you're in position. Right?
In a way, I still affected that dunk because he tried to, like, windmill it almost.
Yep.
Avoid it.
And just multiple efforts, and you can really see your verticality progression. The verticality improvement, the technique, the awareness definitely made a jump, right? And now the timing, okay? What are you looking at here on this drive down the middle?
My guy, I have to protect Cameron. That's my rook. So I'm seeing an open lane already. Once that pass with Kawhi was already, once that whole thing was in, I seen the shot clock. I was like, oh, this dude's going for a straight line drive. It's a rookie on it. He's going to go short. So I was just preparing myself. There's no way he's going to get that pass off the Herald. So I just say, I'm leaving, dude. And Book is again telling me to go.
Yep. Yeah, he is. Look at that. The point.
Telling you, that's my guy. He's telling me, like, yo, D8.
So he's a better team defender than he gets credit for, right?
Trust me. It's crazy. He's pretty intense when it comes to that.
Yeah.
And when it's time to get a stop, Book get pretty intense.
That's great. And like you said, the shot clock's running down. He's only going to shoot it, rotate with the left-hand block. That's big time. And then here against the Knicks, this is just about being an enforcer, right? And understanding,
you know my guy.
And understanding Julius Randle, right? What does he want to do?
Do that. Only to the rim every time.
Yep.
And it was some trash talk this game, though.
And I like the force that you're playing with here, though. The block, the flex. Like
it was some trash talk in there in this game.
Yeah. And it's nothing special there, right? It's just you being in position.
Just me being it. Yeah, it's just nothing special. It's just I see the mismatch. It was a late switch by Book, and I see him. He got back and he stayed in front, but I could tell that Randall was trying to go bully, or draw a foul or something. So definitely.
Just making a play.
Ricky Rubio have to go get RJ if he kicked that out.
Right.
Like, say Baines go to that guy and get corner, or Book go corner. I still with Randall.
Yep, and just the volleyball spike, giving it to the first row.
Spike, I needed that.
A little ego boost for you, right there, man.
Everybody know.
Yep, and then so last year, okay, not always as locked in, right? You remember this?
Yeah, that's ball watching again. Why am I hugging up on McGee?
Right, why are you hugging up on McGee?
Yeah.
Should be at the rim, ready to make a play.
Yes.
Even though he gets back cut, obviously, okay, not ideal, but still.
I could have prevented that because Bron seen me with my head turned like that.
Yep, exactly.
As soon as I left the paint, Bron threw it.
Yeah, he's a genius. Whereas, look at this year, okay? Against the Lakers, what's your role in this situation?
I know 80's right there. Bron, I was just waiting for Bron to turn to the rim. There we go.
So Mikal is in pretty much a full front, right?
Yeah, but I'm screaming to Mikal. TJ, Tyler Johnson knows that I left, and he knows that he has to get back and crack back for me.
Right.
That's the whole strategy.
Yeah.
If Mikal's white in the post, I already know that's LeBron. Everybody know where LeBron is on the court.
Right.
I'm seeing 23, and I'm just waiting for the lob pass above. Yes, he beat him, but Mikal did a great job because he really had to get a hold and set his feet and pivot, and we got what we wanted.
Yeah.
What we were supposed to do right there.
And then you deter one of the greatest of all time from taking a shot at the rim just by being there, right? You don't get a block, but you're in position, and you guys got them scrambling, and you made a big comeback that game, right?
Yes, sir.
And so now, all right, we talked about actually blocking shots, but I think a big part of being an elite rim protector is these kind of bluff and recover situations where you're using your hands in the passing lanes, right?
Yeah.
And getting steals. And I think that's also an area you've improved. Maybe don't want to jump here, but still make him a little uncomfortable, right?
Yeah, it was just that I think this Alexander again.
Yep.
Yeah, he kept attacking, he kept beating us to the rim in some way. They kept cracking our paint, and it's like I wanted to get a block. I think I was too eager for it, but you could tell I was really anticipating the block. I knew who was behind me, but I was just ready for anything, to be honest.
Yeah, and you're going to be in a lot of these 2-on-1 situations, right, where you got to make him uncomfortable, make a decision he doesn't want to, and hey, you get your hand on it, right? Yeah. Whereas last year, Okay, some of these situations where you didn't even go, right?
Well, yeah, just look at my stance, though. I don't even look intimidating down there.
Yeah, you're just chilling.
I look terrible. I would dunk on myself.
And now, I think this year, whether you're rotating for a block or even just like a bluff and recover, making Luka uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
And look at this next clip. This is one of my favorite clips of the year from you, okay? It's subtle, but I like this. Where you bluff at him and then you get back to Portal and steal the pass.
I remember this.
What happens here? What are you looking at?
I already knew DeMar can get. He was getting to the rim the whole game with wanting a foul on Mikhail. So once I saw he took his little 1-2 and he stretched his arm out to draw a foul, it didn't work. I was like, okay, Mikhail's still in front, and I just stood back. Once I saw Mikhail right there still in front, I was good. He was good.
And that's what you see from the best shot blockers, right? That's what you see from Gobert, stuff like that, where they're going to stun at him and then just get back to their own.
Facts.
And that's perfect. So that takes us into that similar concept in ball screens, right? You remember this play?
Let me see.
Watch this one. This is, again, one of my favorite plays of you from the year.
Oh, yeah.
So what's your role in this position?
Man, to be honest, I already know. I just thought he was going to score right here, so I was just waiting for anything he had done. But when he threw that, and I saw how far he threw it, and this dude planted his feet to dunk it.
Yeah.
You're not going through me.
And you got to play two here, right? So you got to read his eyes, and either he's going to attack you or give it up.
It's a play. I say down on the sideline. Book is telling me I can leave. So once it's just talking and communicating is such a beautiful thing.
Right.
It triggers you right away. I'm telling you have to work in the league. You're gonna have to work on your craft to really know everything, so your body can just do it. Muscle memory. So once he said get out, my mind and everything hooked on Jared.
Right.
Knowing that he's rolling to the rim, but he wasn't behind me.
Right.
So I could still see him while I'm like this. So it was just perfect defense right here when Book told me to get out, and I could just turn my hips and rotate.
And we saw more of this year than in the past. Like, look at your stance here, right? Because you got to be able to guard too.
Yeah.
That's perfect. So you can take the ball if you have to, or you can get back. And he gives it up on the pocket pass, and you recover for the block, right? Whereas, check this last year. Look at your stance here.
Terrible. Mine all the way up there.
Just different, right?
Yeah.
And so now I think this year, looking at how you've been this year, I think you'd be more square, and I think you'd be ready to react on that pocket pass, right?
No stuff.
And so that's where you can really, really see the improvement. And then if you're not getting back to the big, okay, you can kind of stay with that guard and block this, right?
Yeah. I knew Rashawn, and I know that dude could jump.
Yep.
So me, right here, I was reading his eyes. I was reading his eyes the whole time. His eyes lit up. Once he saw me, stepped that little bit.
Yep.
He tried to act like he was throwing the floor to me. Dude, he sold it. His eyes lit up in front of me.
Yeah.
Just looking at his face the whole time. I was like, oh, you want to go up? And I just anticipated it. It really got me with a pump fake. It would have been trouble. But, yeah, I got it.
And that's just experience, you know? Reading him, right? Reading, reacting. Whereas last year there were some times when they got behind you for these lobs also, right? You remember this?
Yeah, that's me not trusting my teammates. That's me. Yeah, that was just me. I was like, yeah, I wasn't even there in a way. I was like, because they had me. I just pressured up because it was Curry for some reason.
Well, and this is a tough play too, right? Because Book can't tag because he's got Clay.
I have to trust my teammates in this one. I have to understand, like, I just have to just get back and protect that ring.
And this was last year, right? And so because Book can't tag because he's got Clay, then you got to guard too, right?
Yeah.
And so I think if you are in your stance that we've seen this year...
Yeah, this overload, I shouldn't even have picked up. I should have just been back. Because look at how many people are over there to help me.
Yeah.
There's too many people.
Whereas... So that was last year, right? And then here's this year. Again, another example of you doing a great job of selling that you're with Drummond.
Yeah.
His eyes light up again, and then you go block it, right?
That. Yeah. Now that, I felt like I moved so weird, but it's like it felt like great movement in a way. Like I got a great explosion right here.
Yeah.
I changed my pace. Because I act like, all right, oh, psych, you going to the rim. Okay. Got you.
And you
That's
got him a few times
right there.
I think you did this 2 or 3 times this game too. And so that's that cat and mouse game, being able to just play with his head. And so we've seen more and more of that from you this season. And then I think just keeping the ball in front too, right? Has that been an emphasis for you?
Yes. Yes.
So what happens here?
With that, me and Book were talking the whole time. I don't know. I think I was a rookie.
No, this is this year, I think, right?
Yeah, this the kid I was guarding was a rookie.
Oh yeah. Yes.
So I'm not really like, that's D Rose, man. So I'm like, what? I'm damn near showing him a blitz. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm just gonna show him a blitz because I know Dario. Somebody gonna see that. I don't even know who the shooter is in that corner.
Yeah.
But I just know D Rose. We had to stop D Rose because he was getting to the rim.
Yep.
He wanted no foul, so I just walled him up a little bit, and then he just took me. So it was a red right away. I was like, Book, switch. Once he hit that paint and he kept that dribble, I was like, nah, I got him.
Yep. And initially, right, you're playing him to go over the screen or under the screen, but then Book flips it, and then you move perfectly, right? You keep it in front, you switch it, and then the contest. That's great defense. We're seeing a lot more of that from you. Whereas last year, you wouldn't always stay with the ball, right?
Yeah, that's true. See, that's terrible. I mean.
And you're just worried about your man?
Yeah, the whole time.
And
I learned how to trust more, though.
Yep.
I learned how to trust more.
And that's just instincts, right?
Yeah.
And trust, like you said, of your teammates. And so you could see the progress of what you look like then and now. So, all right, do you remember this camp?
I definitely met basketball without borders.
Yep. So I just want to show you always had the foot speed. Okay, check this. Look at how much ground you cover.
Facts. I never put my feet together, ever.
Look at this. You're all over the place, man. Different style of basketball, right?
Yeah, I just knew I had to turn it up. I had to turn it up.
So, all right, we've seen you switch. We've seen you be up at the ball. We've seen you in a lot of different coverages. But now if you give space and somebody wants to get downhill on you and punch one on you, now you're forced in those situations too, right? So,
yeah, in a way, what I do is you're going to have to shoot over me, yo. Mm-hmm. You're not going to go through me. You're going to have to find some way to get that thing. You have to get your feet, beat my feet in some way.
It starts with your stance, right?
Yeah, I was just waiting. I was waiting for Zach the whole time.
And you squared him up perfectly. I was
waiting for him.
Yep. And then he tries to go into your body. You take the hit.
He didn't even plant. He didn't plant that other foot. He went straight off the wrong foot to do this.
Yep. And then you got him with the left. Either hand, you've been good with the right hand, with the left hand, and then here against Houston. Okay, maybe not sitting down in the stands, but doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, I would say confident. I was being very confident right here because it's a little team. So it was me basically. I'll say basically when he attacked me, it was like college again.
Yeah,
like it was a lot of little guys around me. I knew I didn't have to really use physicality. I just need quickness and me staying out of foul trouble.
Yep, and I mean with the left, with some authority, he tries to go into your body and you just send it. And then I really like this one against Ja.
This is it right here I'm talking about.
This is the clip you were talking about earlier, right?
Yes.
So what happens?
Right here. That's his signature right there. That's what people don't understand. Everybody was saying he has this move where he goes on, no, let him go by you. You're not going to dunk that. If you're doing that, he's not. Giannis can dunk out of that. Braun can dunk. AD can dunk out of that. All them big. He's not dunking out of that.
Right.
He needs glass.
Yep.
So I just met him at the glass.
Yep.
He's looking for a glass. He's looking for, he needs help. So that's what he's looking for. So I let him. Luka does the same thing in a way. Luka used the Euro to chop your feet up in a way to get you caught up so you got a foul.
Yeah.
So me, I'm letting you do that. I know my quickness. I know I can get back to that.
Right.
So let you go. I'm not going to be that guy who you hit him with that first move and he bump you because he can't guard. No.
Right.
I'm going to meet you back there. I'm going to show you that I'm here. You pick up the ball. You only got one way to go. And you're not Superman to dunk out of this right here.
Right. And look at your feet.
I'm telling you, I waited. I didn't chart my feet. I stood my ground, let him go.
Yep.
Let him go. Because my foot to get hooked right there, my right leg, been a big foul. So
right.
I let him go. I met him at the glass.
That's perfect.
And it literally fell in my hand though. He threw it in my hand. Because I was already there. My hand he just was looking for the glass and he just threw the ball in my hand.
That's at 7'5", 7'6"?
7'5".
7'5". That's at 7'5". Hey, this move is devastating though. When he really hits people with that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's tough. He's quick, man.
I trust me. I was waiting for this right there.
Yeah, that's great defense. So you can keep him in front. You can do all that.
It's fun, man. I see something different. Man, balls in my hand, and you just gotta just dribble this thing right till it go flat one day.
Yeah, I like that. Well, DeAndre, man, I appreciate you taking the time to break it down.
Thank you, boss.
Yeah, it was good chopping it up.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.